Right, you absolute legends, welcome back to the channel. This time we decided to come on a family holiday, but family holiday with a difference. There's carp fishing involved, and there's obviously a hot tub for the missus. So we're coming on a family. This is at Woodlakes Park. It's a lovely place. We're just going to go for a little explore now. There's a few lakes here and we'll get into the details. I'll take you on the fishing journey and show you what this place has to offer in terms of a great family holiday. Right, big boss over there, big carp in the far corner. Might be the lucky sign. Come on, we've got to get carp out of this lake.
Upon arrival at Woodlakes Park in Kings Lynn, Norfolk, we got to see the healthy sized cabin me and the family were going to be staying in for the next few nights. Now, to any carp angler, this would definitely be seen as luxury. We stayed in the Cedar Plus 12 cabin, which boasts a full kitchen with a microwave, plates and cooking utensils, all supplied of course, toilet with hot water shower, a lounge/dining area, a double bedroom, and then another bedroom with 2 single beds in. Also, you get a porch area with the girlfriend favourite, a lovely hot tub sitting in there. And then the important part, some private decking to where you can carp fish from. Now, we arrived quite late in the afternoon on the first day, so like any of you would be, I was keen to get the rods out straight away.
Right, new lake. The first things first, I've got to get a leading rod out and get a feel of the lake itself. Get a leading rod out, find a couple of spots, get some bait on it, maybe get a couple of rods out tonight for the first night. Let's find some spots first.
It's always best to have a little feel for what you'll be fishing over at a new venue. So after a few chucks with the lead, I quickly realised this was quite a silty lake all round. However, I did find a cleaner spot at around 21 wraps on the far margin, right here in this little gap amongst the bushes. This was going to be a spot that I build upon throughout the trip, so I got to whacking out around 15 spoms right on top of it. Now, one thing about these swims here, they are quite tight to your neighbours, so we had a little hiccup straight after putting out the first rod.
Mighty close. I'm feeling them mighty close.
Yeah.
I'll redo my left one.
You are?
I'll redo the left.
You're going to redo it, are you?
I'm feeling the over each other.
Yeah. I think you are.
I don't think you saw where I actually put my one.
I think your one is, so not the first green bush to the right, the second green bush to the right. Because I'm like literally, where I put that bait out.
I left my bait boat back. So I had a little explore after I'd already got to it.
Right, okay.
And I think you saw where I was exploring, not where I actually put my right bush. Then you got the one in the middle of the dead tree.
Yeah.
Then you got the bay to the left.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, the bay to the left.
I'm in the bay to the left. See the hole?
I thought I saw your, no, yeah, I saw your boat.
That was just sitting there.
I saw you put your boat to the right. That bay, see that bush is moving now?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's my right hand rod. That's where I just put my right rod. My other rod's the other side of the bush, probably in the middle of that bay.
Oh, that's literally where I was spomming. Yeah.
So I saw some of your spoms, I thought, oh, you're just to the left of that. And then when you just done your rig, I'm like, oh. It's probably about 3 foot over my rod.
Yeah, mate, that is literally dead on. I mean, I don't really know.
Yeah, it's just difficult, isn't it?
That is, I mean.
Have a look at my line. You look at the line of that.
To be fair, my neighbour did move his rod out of that spot, as after seeing the spot for my swim, he could clearly see it was in fact my water. Hiccups like these are common on tight swim waters, but more often than not, I find that politeness and being reasonable with one another ultimately leads to a resolution where both parties can enjoy their trip and fishing. With the hiccup resolved, both rods were out and ready to be left out throughout the night. Unfortunately, the first night was a quiet one. Even waking up early to see if I could spot any carp showing was fruitless. But the day started off well, with a cooked breakfast providing the ever needed calories us parents bloody rely on. We set off to have a little look around the site. There are many different cabins here to choose from. And a further 4 fishing lakes to the cabin lake which we were fishing on. There is Tuple Lake, which is the runs water on the site, to which you can also book cabins to fish from. There is North Lake, which is more of a match angler's type of scene. Spit Lake, and finally the Championship Lake, which is the specimen carp lake with the biggest fish residing in. Inevitably though, the exploring was cut short, as I managed to sneak back to the cabin with the brother-in-law. I had some rods to get back out.
Oh, that's the spot.
It's the spot, mate.
It's literally the spot you were saying about.
Yeah, that's the spot. That's not touching that tonight now.
Nah, leave it, leave it.
Staying out.
Beauty.
Woo. Staying out, mate. That's why I wanted it.
After that on the money cast, my confidence grew even more when this happened.
So how many rods you gonna put out, you reckon, tonight?
2, I think.
2?
2, maybe 1 for my big boss over there, big carp in the far corner, just on the far margin.
I think it was out of frame.
Yeah, I don't think you would have got that. That's the first proper boss I've seen where they leap out. It's leapt out on that far margin.
With the second rod going out just to the left of the spot, it was time to give them some bait.
Where my left rod is. Where about my left one was, wasn't it?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Straight down the pipe. There you go. You got it.
Oh, the drift left.
Left. That wasn't too bad.
I don't know.
You're in there.
I could leave it like that, to be fair. It's in the area.
Well, you need to, you're trying to drag fish in, aren't you? So on the outskirts is good.
I could leave
A
it.
lot have hit the spots, haven't they?
Yeah. I'd say about 10 to hit the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always on. I just really want to boot him in.
Yeah, your ours is warmer than yours.
Right. I've got Ben, James here with me. We've got the rods out. They've been heckling me as I've been doing it. Not too many disasters. Both rods are out now for the second evening. Hopefully, we've seen a few fish shows on the far margin. I've got 2 rods both out on the far margin. Hopefully, I get a bite tonight. We have just seen a kingfisher. I didn't get it on camera. Ben got a photo though, so might be able to see that in a bit. Had a kingfisher on the left-hand rod, so with any luck, that might be the lucky sign. Come on, we've got to get carp out of this lake. And tomorrow, what we're going to do with these two, we're all going to go up to, is it Tuple Lake? We'll have a rod each, and we're going to try and get a carp out of there because it's a bit more of a runs water.
I reckon.
What, for the day?
Yeah.
I know. That means I was going to help you. I'm not going to help you now.
I don't need your help.
Tom, how do I put a hook on?
I don't need your help.
Tom, how do I put a hook on? I'm not telling you, mate. So yeah, we're going to go up
Do
to...
a couple of granny knots, don't you?
Yeah, we're going to go up to Tuple Lake and see if we get a few out. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow we'll have a few carp to show you. Maybe one tonight, if we're lucky. Right guys, so we'll show you the bait I'm using this session. Obviously it's Parker baits, and it's a mixture of the whole thing. So we've got the hemp, chili hemp here. I've just realised the camera is not fully down. Right guys, I'm going to show you the bait. It's all Parker bait stuff. See here, we've got the chili hemp. Nice new particle that Parker bait's selling. Got the fish sauce, OG fish of course. What I'll do, I'm going to throw some of this in. OG fish chops. Chops all crummy, they don't actually get that whole boilie, so they actually ends up them grubbing around a lot more for. Only half a kilo of full boilies, OG fish, 40 mil. Sriracha hot sauce, we all know that Fairbrass likes to use this and I also like to use it. And a bit of sweet corn, that's what we're going to top up the bait bucket with. Throw it all in, and then it'll be a nice spicy, oily mix.
Remember guys, if you do fancy giving those weird brothers bait a bit of a go, make sure to use the code CHUNKY at checkout for 10% off. With a fresh bucket of bait made up and left to ferment, we spent the evening together in the cosy cabin as a family, watching some god-awful TV.
Good morning and welcome to another day session vlog.
Nah, don't worry, it was actual god-awful TV. However, the rods were out, and after the fish showing earlier, I went into the night confident that I would be rudely awakened by one of these elusive carp. Morning came, and unfortunately once again, my efforts were not rewarded. I know it was only the second night, but still, I couldn't figure out why I had not stolen a bite yet. With the sun out this morning, I even tried putting some floaters out to see if they would take off the top. However, there wasn't one sign of feeding. After chatting to a regular down here, he did inform me it was mostly night bites in the cabin lake, with predominantly long common carp, and his words were, "They will make you work here for a bite." Now, with the missus heading off to some art museum with the mother-in-law, boring! I decided to change it up for the day.
Right, I just tried the floaters out there, but absolutely nothing. I won't have any of it. This is a strange lake and it's definitely trickier than I first thought it would be. Yeah, matey boy next door to me, he had two last night, one of them being £20 common, the other being about £15 common. So they are there. I honestly thought when I saw a fish roll on my spot out on that far margin there, I was going to have a bite. But it was supposed to rain, so I was like, I'm not going to bother going over to the Tuple lake, but the sun's coming out a bit. I tried putting floaters out there, it didn't work there, but I might take the little short sonic extractor rod and take some floaters with me and see if I can get them going off the top on the other lake. Yes, great job. What? Why not? Let's walk over, see if we can steal a carp off the top in September. It doesn't really feel like the right conditions for surface fishing, but you never know, do you?
Trying to find some motivation, me and James headed over to the Tuple lake to see if we could at least get the monkey off our back.
Tying up the dog. Yeah, we look like a proper banana couple with that little thing. It's the Mrs. family's dog. Yeah, we've come out to Tuple Lake, had a little look around, walking around, throwing some dog biscuits out, throwing a few doggies just in front of us here by the aerator. Haven't seen anything come up to the top, take them, which is a bit frustrating. It's a bit, I really think it's a bit chilly and a bit windy for surface filling. The wind's quite chill, so because it's quite a cold wind, we're just on the back of it. I just wondered if the fish are gonna try and get in the sun off the back of the wind. And they say this is the lake that does most of the bites, so we're gonna only stay in this spot for an hour. It's gonna be a bit like pike fishing. Stay in an hour, put some rods out. Only brought a couple of rods with us, the light set up. Put them out, no bite alarms or anything. We'll sit by the rods. If they go, they go. And yeah, hopefully we'll steal a bite or two.
After baiting up a couple of spots around the lake to see if we could get some carp on the move, I felt my spirits start to lift. But that didn't last for long.
As soon as I threw that bait in, it's just started to rain. What a joke. What a joke. No surface fishing then today. Right, honestly, I don't know what to do. So we've got no shelter, and that is the situation. It is hammering it down. It's a shallow lake. We haven't even got a rod out on this lake yet. Tell you what, it's been it's quite a tough trip in terms of the angling. I think it's the angling, it's the lack of sleep with Rhea. I just feel exhausted. What do we do? What do we do? I'm half tempted to take everything back and just chill out in the cabin.
Just get in the hot tub.
Yeah. Hot tub it and...
Stick the bite alarms back on.
Yeah, I could put these rods back out on the spots, just leave them. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Tomorrow's supposed to be nicer. When I looked at the weather forecast, have we got reception here?
Take a guess.
But no.
Oh, hang on.
Got reception?
Yeah.
It's one thing that's a bit of a problem in this place. There's no Wi-Fi in the cabins. Well, in a lot of the cabins there's no Wi-Fi. I think there's some Wi-Fi in some. But there's not much reception either, depending obviously who you're with.
Well, if you look behind you, Tom, the rain's gone.
Oh, it's slowed down to be fair.
And we've got a lot of cover under here. So
it has slowed down.
Chuck them out for a bit, and if it gets too wet, we can leave.
All right, let's chuck them out then. Sure what, we're gonna man the hell up and we're gonna go for it. The rain's died down. I just need to get cranberry juice. It's obviously my time of the f***ing month. So we're gonna have a go, have a crack, get James on a solid bag. Hopefully we're just gonna put the drags nice and loose, leave the rods on the floor.
I didn't know what was wrong with me, but with that embarrassing windiness out the way, I got to whacking a solid bag on for James's rod, and got the classic pickling bit combined with a mesh bag on mine, and sent it out towards the centre of the lake, scattering a few freebies around it shortly after. We were going old school, rods on the floor, loose clutches, and no bite alarms. With both rods now out, it was down to the waiting game, and to be fair, we didn't have to wait long before seeing the first bit of action.
Oh, just like that, James is in. Is it a bream? It's a bream.
I was like, it's not. I thought it came off. It's not fighting very hard. I was like, it's a bream.
Yeah.
It's a bream.
Honestly, you couldn't make it up. Of course it was going to be a bloody bream. But we saw it as a positive. If the bream are there, then the carp won't be too far off. So James got his rod back out on that spot ASAP.
It was an absolute bomb.
Yeah, don't bomb it, just nice, gentle. That's better.
Okay.
Mate, spot on.
Sweet.
That's a good spot, I like that. So the first person to catch fish on this trip. Do you know what? I actually feel quite a bit uplifted by that, I'm not gonna lie, mate, because
That's the first time I think
it's
I've
been
ever
2
heard you
days of
say-
fishing. It's been 2 days of fishing because we know then now a little spread of bait, there's fish there. If there's bream there, there's more than likely, hopefully, you're gonna be carp there in this lake.
A few moments later.
Is there bream or?
Yeah, that's carp.
The carp, yes! We think James might be into a carp. Yeah, that's a carp. It's moving around too much, mate. Alright, mate, let me get the net. Maybe?
Oh, pushing.
Right, do you want to go?
Yeah.
Might be all right.
But yeah, he's fine on the drag, I think. Oh, stop. He's done.
Up, high. He's in.
Yes.
You're in, mate.
Yes.
Relax.
You've got a decent little fight as well.
First carp of the trip. You've got a lovely mouth. Right. How about that? First carp of the holiday again. James's rod by the aerator. Done the trick. This is the first fish of the holiday. See, if it starts to go, just lower it down. There you go, mate. Well done, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, mate. Well done. Nice. The first fish of the trip.
With James saving the blank on the trip with a gorgeous little common, the pressure was slightly off. However, I still needed to catch. So James very kindly agreed that the next rod to go off I could have. Nothing like a bit of charity, is there? After playing the waiting game once again, the carp clearly knew it was me fishing for them, so they had totally turned off.
Looks like the carps realise I'm fishing both rods now, so there's been nothing happening. And look how ominous those clouds look now. Whenever I'm fishing, it's going to be raining. Be packing up from here now, go back to the cabin lake in about, it's got rain. Yeah, it's raining.
Yep.
Right, I'm going to move into the trees. I'm going to pack it up in about 20 minutes, I reckon, if the rain's really bad. Just take some shelter under the tree. And yeah, we're going to go back to the cabin lake and I'll get the bait ready for tonight for my second last attempt at getting a fish on that lake.
After calling it a day, we got ready for a family meal at the on-site Thai restaurant, which is weirdly a converted bus, but you can dine in if you wish to. However, we opted for a lovely private little cabin with the proper spinning oriental tables. By the way, the food was absolutely banging here, and I highly recommend you check out the restaurant if you ever stay here.
Oh, I tell you what, guys, that food at that Thai restaurant, Pan Asia, spot on. It was actually amazing. Great people there, great restaurant, had a great experience. Mrs. is staying at the mother-in-law's cabin, use a hot tub with the little one. I've got the fishing to rush back, get the rods out. Hopefully, well, I can still see a bit. As you can see, it's getting really dark already. Get the rods back out on the spots and leaving for tonight, second last night. I've got one rod I'm going to put in open water tonight, and the other back on that spot on the far margin. See what we can do. Well, good morning guys. Fortunately last night, about 12 o'clock, left hand middle rod screamed off, come out, struck into a fish. I got about a mid double common to the net. Went on one little last run, and as it went for the run, hook pull. Absolutely gutted. But at least I know going to the open water spot paid off. So I'm definitely going to leave a rod on that open water spot tonight, on the final night.
Gutted was an understatement. I really don't know how to portray the pain of losing a fish, especially when it was so close to the net. I keep laughing at the missus, as she thought childbirth was bad. God, what an idiot. However, spending some time with the family in the lovely morning sun definitely took some of that edge off. With only one day and one night left of the trip for me to get a carp, I headed back over to the Tuple lake.
Right, I thought I'd stop moping around today. We just spent some time with the family. But I'm back where me and James were yesterday, where James caught that lovely little common, just to see if I can get a bite to sort of lift my spirits a bit, because I'm still feeling that lost fish from the cabin lake yesterday. So, floaters, some pellet again, and solid bags. They're going to be in the arsenal, and hopefully that's going to do the trick. I'm going to put it back out by the aerator, so over there, because I've put a bit of bait in yesterday, so maybe there's some fish been lingering around. Let's see if it does the job. So I was just making a solid bag, and solid bag rod is away. It's away, boy. Hopefully we can get it. Whoa! Hopefully we can get it in. It's in the net. It's in the net. Bloody hell. That felt like that's been a long time coming, that fish. The fish, cricketback common, has saved my trip. 12mm magic bean, yellow magic bean, Parker bait, it's doing the job. Saving me a blank on this trip. Tuple Lake, Woodlakes. Thank you very much. Quick, back to my roots, how I used to fish as a kid. Managed to pull off some magic. Buzzing, absolutely made up. Nice little, probably about 9–10 pound. I tell you what guys, this trip has been a real test, and finally we've got a carp on the bank. Right, I'm gonna get this little guy back, and hopefully I might be able to get a couple more.
With the pressure finally now off me and a bit of an extra spring in my step, I wasted no time in chucking out another bag with a mini mix magic bean combo back onto that spot. And you know what? The carp loved it.
Looks a little bit different, this fish. Oh god, it's nice to have a few carp on the bank after such a struggle. This is the good thing about here at Woodlakes Park Fishery, because here, if you're struggling on a cabin lake on your stay, you can always just pop over to Tuple Lake and get down here and hopefully have some fun pasty bashing. I'm gonna put this one back and see if we get another one. Yeah, that was a mentally fast bite. It's like 5 minutes after putting the rod back in after I caught that first one, I got that second one. The 12mm magic beans doing the business. That was the pink magic bean doing the job there. As you can see them down there hanging. And this is the stuff that's doing the business, guys. 12mm fruit and nut magic beans. I'm gonna make up some more solid bags if we're on them. And obviously, what I'm also doing, I'm throwing some OG fish pellet in. Barely anything, look, I've just got just pure OG fish pellet. Throwing handfuls of that over the top. Not a lot, just enough to keep them rubbing around. Tell you what, guys, it's almost like a given rule that aerators on lakes, like that one over there, there's always fish quite close into the vicinity of an aerator. Got to be about £3. The little baby Nunu mouth. Lovely mouth and that. Oh yeah, what's this little carp?
Bites just kept on coming and coming.
Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go, what's this?
Which was awesome as everyone got to experience a bend in the rod.
How's Rhea getting on over there, Charlie? Oh, it's a tench! It's a tench! It's a tench! Wait, it's a lovely fish. I love tench. Look at that.
It's fake.
It's a lovely tench.
Look at the eyes.
Hold on, mate.
And of course, Maya had to go and hook the biggest one.
Wait, it looks like I've been on a tench rod. No, yeah, take that. Yeah, that's good. All good? Good girl. Hey!
Loose enough?
Yeah, it's more than loose enough, that's fine. There you go, Maya hasn't done this for a while. Mid. Oh, he's taking some line. There you go, Maya was the biggest one of the day. Look at that. Perfect, Maya. That is an awesome fish. I think that is... What's that? Oh, that was a OG Magic Bean. Maya's turn. She got the biggest fish of the trip so far. I think it's about 13/14 pound. It's a beautiful, beautiful common. Look at that fish. Absolute stunner. Well done, Maya. Right, I'll get it still for you. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Taking the family out and letting them experience the joys of carp fishing themselves. That's all of them now caught. All of them caught fish. I really like Ben's tench. That was a real surprise. Like that. And no bream today. God, I think that's, how many carp is that now? It's got to be like 8 or 9 carp, 1 tench, and everyone's happy. Oh, last fish of the day. James is second. Well done, mate.
Nice.
Nice little cricket back common. Pasty bashing day with the smaller carp, but it's all good fun. Well done, mate.
Nice. Thank you, Tom.
That's all right, mate.
What an awesome last day where the whole family got to get involved with the fishing, and was great to see some carp finally coming out on this trip. With a great bit of fun being had, coming to an end on the Runswater, I still had one demon I had to conquer and only one more night left to do it.
Right, the last and final evening. I'm gonna get the rods out. I've made a couple of changes for the last and final night. This is my last throw at the dice for this lake, the cabin lake. So on my rod on the far margin, I've actually got a bottom bait on. So I've got a Parker Baits OG Fish hard hooker with a little bit of fake corn just to top it off. Give it a bit of a perfect balance under the water. No more baits going on that far margin spot. There's no point. It's not done any bites. It's not done anything. However, the bite that did me last night was open water. So I will get the bait prepped, get that all sorted, and I'm gonna get some bait out on that spot, ready for the final night. Probably do about 15 spomps to start with and another 5 spomps before I go to bed. And then maybe I can sway Maya to get a rod out, so we have a third rod out, because it looks like everyone down the left-hand side of my cabin have all left. Right, let's chat and shit. Let's get serious. Final chance, final straws. Let's see if we can get a carp tonight. Let's do it.
Right, this was it. No f***ing around now. My last chance to try and pull out some proper carp from the cabin lake. I persuaded Maya to put a third rod out, so this one had a solid bag filled with mini mix and a yellow magic bean, and my second rod had a pink OG Fish pop up on. All I could do now was wait and see if the carp gods would truly give me a break on this lake.
Well, good morning everyone. It's the final morning. We're packing up the car now, getting ready to head on the road and leave Norfolk, leave Kings Lynn, live retreats, Woodlake Park, Carp Fishery. Luckily, last night we had a bit of action. Right then guys, this trip has been a real tough trip on this lake. Have a gentleman, what's your name, mate? Stuart is here to give me a hand landing this. But what a blank saver we've got. A big old girl. £22, 11 ounce of common carp from Norfolk. Wood Parks Lakes, Cabin Lake, Woodlakes Fishery, I'm not too sure, I can't remember the name. Absolute stunner of a fish. It's just so long. Lovely job. OG fish, Parker Baits, hard hooker, topped off with a bit of fake sweet corn. I think thanks to my neighbour Ian for telling me to move on to the bottom baits, because the bottom baits seems to have what done the trick. Perfect. Absolute stunner of a common. I'll try and lift you up one more time on the other side. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. Can't really say much more. That's made the trip last night. Blank saver on this lake, and she's done me proud, this old girl. Happy bloody days. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Big long. Off you go. So, double whammy, like buses. Number 2 from Cabin Lake has graced the nets. Not a small fish either. Look at that. Number 2 from Cabin Lake. Lovely good shoulders on him. This is on the solid bag, 12mm magic bean, getting me out of the trouble again. Pink magic bean, absolutely over the moon with this one. I'll give it 18, 19 pound. I haven't bothered weighing him, but it's a big old unit of a common. I'm buzzed. Just before 11 o'clock, we've got Another absolute unit. Good fish, happy days, made the trip. 2 from Cabin Lake on the last night. And this come off the mid water, off the baited spot. So I'm gonna put more bait out once we get her back and get another solid bag tied up and get it out there. Happy bloody days. Beautiful. Let's get back. Middle spot. Lovely. It's about 4:45 in the morning. There you are. Middle spot. 15 mil, match the hatch, OG fish pop up on the baited spot. Number 3 for me on this trip. There you go. Now this one comes in at 22 pounds and 9 ounce. That's the second 22 pounder of this trip. Big old common, big thick set, absolutely lovely fish. Bloody happy with that. All come together in the end. We kept hope, we kept to the plan, and we stuck at it, and the bait came through. I was getting really nervous this trip, you know, really nervous on this lake. Everyone would say it was tricky, it was fishing slow. On the final day of the trip, or the final night even, all been night bites obviously. Oh. There you go. All been night bites, but aren't we happy that we got there in the end? Happy bloody days. Big old, thick chunky, 22 pound Norfolk common. I'm absolutely knackered, exhausted this holiday. That's what a 5-month-old does to you. So now that rod's not going back out. I'm happy, we've had some big chunks. So now we've had them. I've got 1 rod left in the water. That's from the far margin. The rod did the first fish earlier on. Still out there. And then hopefully we might be able to shoot 1 more before we go tomorrow morning. Happy blooming days. Let's get her back. What a perfect way to end the trip. It's been an absolute slog here on this lake, Cabin Lake. Very weird lake, predominantly night bites, but we got there in the end, and the magic beans and the OG fish hard hookers doing me proud. It's been tough, it's been real tough, but we got there in the end, and we got a couple of 20s out and 1 just shy of 20. So 3 big commons. I was over the moon. Like, it's made the holiday, it's made the trip for me. Literally, this place has literally a bit of everything for everyone. So if you've got a family and you fancy a bit of carp fishing and you're trying to persuade the missus to come out and get a family, have the family days together as well, this place is an awesome spot for it. You've got plenty of options, you've got the nice food, you've got the carp fishing, you've got the family activity days, there's the petting zoo that we didn't even see in the end because we've been quite busy. And there's another couple of lakes on here that I never got to have a look at, so maybe next time we'll have a look at them. Championship Lake, yeah. Let me know in the comments if you want me to come back here and give it another crack at that big Championship Lake. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed my journey here and our little family adventure. Bit of a roller coaster, but it'll all come good in the end. Make sure you comment below, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and always remember to drop your guts, grab your nuts, and I'll see you in the next one.